Okay, let's do it, guys. You sing. Together we have this love, even so, it's not enough. Bruised and burned, we won't lose heart just because life gets hard. Writing lying emails to our friends back home, feeling guilty if we sometimes wanna be alone. How can love erase this love? How can love erase this love? hissing from the road, the smell of rain in the aircon. Maybe check the news. I just put a tape on, lighting up a smoke. I've got this feeling inside me, don't feel too good. If I close my eyes and fell asleep in this lay-by, would it all subside? The fever pushing the day by, motor window wine. I could do with some fresh air, can't breathe too well. I guess our words should go now. She's waiting to make her, to tell me she's sorry, and how much she missed me. I guess our words just burn out. I really should slow down. I'm perfect, live fine, but I just need to lie down. We'll grow old together. 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 We'll grow old together.
I think what's really special about the Royal Albert Hall, well, firstly, of course, it's my hometown. This is where I grew up, you know, so I have memories going back to being a child, just walking around town and seeing this incredible building. I probably didn't actually go inside until I was in my 20s. I remember coming in the 80s to see a band called the 10,000 Maniacs. I don't know if you remember them, but that was probably the first time I ever came here. I think one of the reasons it's been here so long and it's been so popular is because there's something intangible that you can't really articulate in words that is special about this venue, and certain venues in the world have that. You sense that whole history, all the people that have been through the venue. You know, I'm in a dressing room backstage now and I'm thinking everybody from Cliff Richard to Keith Richards has been in that dressing room at some point in the last 50 years. And then it goes right back to the 19th century, you know. There's definitely a magical feeling here. I have no talent at all for visual stuff, but I'm very fortunate to be able to work with incredible people who are. I've been very lucky to work with a live-action photographer, a guy called Lasse Hoyle, a Danish video maker and artist, and a brilliant animator called Jessica Cope. So I kind of sat down with both Lasse and Jess, and I talked about the songs, I talked about the lyrics, I talked about the kind of way I imagined visually those things would be interpreted. And somehow, they then go away and interpret that, and we gradually gather this video material together. Now, on this tour, we had this idea that we would have a transparent screen in front of the band as well as a screen behind the band, so that there are actually some videos in the show which make use of both screens simultaneously. And I think, you know, just from a more pragmatic point of view, I think these days there's so many artists out there touring the whole time. It's almost like you have to do something really incredible to make people want to buy your ticket rather than a ticket for any of the other bands playing in town the same month. So I'm conscious of the fact that A, you have to really do something special, and B, it was kind of always in my plans in a way, right from the very early days, that I would somehow fuse the worlds of music and image. That was kind of my dream. In fact, one of my unfulfilled dreams is still, to this day, to score a movie. When I started out, I was definitely not comfortable being a performer. Even the concept of being a performer was something slightly scary.
All right, thank you.
You know, if you think about it, the idea of standing up in a room with 4,000 people all looking at you, and only you, and thinking that's perfectly normal is odd, because it isn't normal. There's no way that's normal. But I kind of embrace that now, and I enjoy that, you know. But I know it's absurd, and I think that's part of the secret for me of why I've started to enjoy being a live performer, because I recognize the absurdity of it. But for years, I didn't, and I felt really uncomfortable with the whole notion of being on stage, and I felt like I was supposed to be, yeah, kind of a hermit in the studio. These days, I love the change of seasons. So I love the fact that for a year, I'll disappear into the studio. I won't see anybody, I'll just be writing. And then maybe for 6 months, I'll be working with other musicians. So you go from one person to like 5 or 6. And then I go for 6 months, I go out and I promote a new record. So I'm talking to journalists, different people every day. And then suddenly I'm on the road and I'm talking to 2,000-3,000 people every night. And then I go right back to the beginning of the process, and it's just me again in a room. And I like that kind of cycle, that kind of season cycle. I don't think I would want to do any of those things all the time, but I love the fact that they're all part of this absurd career that I have. So when I'm putting together the set list for a show, I mean, obviously there's a few things that you have to consider. Firstly, you have to consider you're promoting your new record. So in this case, I knew To the Bone would form the backbone of the new show. When it comes to choosing older songs, I have a very long and extensive discography. So I'm kind of spoiled for choice. But one of the other things is, and I think this is worth saying, I don't have any hits. Now, in a way, that's good, because it kind of liberates me. It's like not having hits means actually I don't have to worry about what people expect in a way. You know, obviously there are songs in my back catalogue that are more popular than others, but generally speaking, I think the audience doesn't know what to expect when they come to a show, and that's part of the fun. You know, part of the fun of going to see a live show is the band kind of strike up the first notes of a song, and you recognise it, and there's that kind of, you kind of feel it. I feel it from the stage, you know, that kind of buzz of recognition. You know, like, wow, I never thought I was going to hear this song when I came to the show tonight. And we have that every night because I've picked a few songs from my catalogue, and some of it's just pure whim. Like, I'm proud of that song, I haven't played it for a while. I think that would be a good song to play. Sometimes I think about what songs would suit some individual members in my band particularly well. So, for example, there's one song I picked on this new tour, which is quite an obscure song, but has like a drum and bass vibe to it, and my drummer, Craig, is great, like drum and bass stuff, so I thought, oh, that would be perfect for Craig. And then other things are just what songs perhaps lyrically resonate well with the newer songs, because, of course, like a lot of songwriters, I find I come back to the same subjects time and time and time again, you know, and you deal with them in different ways. But so I find that when I've got a bunch of new songs, that actually there are older songs which feel like they fit very well alongside the new songs. So there's a bit of that going on too, but ultimately I'm looking to make it satisfying musically. And again, I think over the years my audience come to kind of expect and hopefully respect that about me.
Okay, we're rolling, are we? We're still rolling.
just going to keep rolling, mate. One of the most important things to me is that I am attempting to be someone who exists outside of generic classification. Now, we live in a world, most music you can very easily pigeonhole. It's rap, it's country, it's heavy metal. And I've always liked the idea that there are certain artists, and I think of people like Bowie, Prince, Neil Young, Frank Zappa, Kate Bush. These are the kind of artists that really inspire me, and I love that idea that you can exist without genre. You almost create your own genre. Part of being able to do that is kind of hard-earned, because you have to do it over a period of years, a period of albums, by constantly kind of evolving and changing direction, and you kind of have to confront the expectations of your audience and sometimes risk disappointment.